So that's what he said under Obama. He comes into under Joe Biden, and Joe Biden, well, he has this Cold War mentality and this feeling of exceptionalism. And of course, we can do this. We can give the Ukrainians. We're the strongest. We can give the Ukrainians whatever they need to make Russia weaker. And what does Tony Blinken say? Yes, sir. Of course we can. And he and this guy Sullivan sell Biden a bill of goods. That's the background, okay? And that's what the Russians saw. And so, in the lead up to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, we saw all kinds of things happen that the Russians thought, well, what most people don't know is that according to what is it, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, in February, the shelling of the primarily Russian speaking Donbass went up by a factor of 10 and more. Okay. This shelling of civilians. The bulk of the Ukrainian army was massed against the Donbass. It looked like they were going to go in there and clean it out, having been trained to NATO standards and weaponized by NATO for the previous 8 years. That's largely why Putin went into Ukraine. So, what people have been brainwashed to believe, namely that the invasion of Ukraine was unprovoked, full scale, illegal. Well, the first two are demonstrably untrue. The second one is unsettled law, and I have that from Peter Falk, the international law, Richard Falk, international law professor. Okay, so let's do unprovoked. Well, I've just done unprovoked, full scale, right? So the Russians wanted to invade and conquer Ukraine with 90,000 people. 90,000? For God's sake, that's full scale. Give me a break. What they wanted to do was scare the pants off Zelensky, which they succeeded in doing. Zelensky appointed his best friend to negotiate with the Russians the day after the invasion started. They negotiated in Belarus, and then they went down to Istanbul and did an agreement. Okay, the agreement said no Ukraine in NATO,